If I was you, I wouldn't even waste my time watching mainstream media when it comes to Black American coverage. And I wouldn't even waste my time watching mainstream media thinking I'm going to get fair treatment of Black Americans because it never happens. What you get is a bunch of hypocrisy. Case in point. Have you heard the story about the guy in Michigan, the father who killed his wife and his 6 kids, then himself? Yeah, that happened. July 24th, Michigan. Kristopher Karolkiewicz. Karolkiewicz, it's like 3 Ks. Let's call him KKK. He had a nice, beautiful house, and for some reason, things must not have been going right because Kristopher decided that just out of the blue, that he would take not only his life, but the life of everybody in the house. That's what Kristopher did. Kristopher took a handgun and he shot his wife, Amanda. Amanda was 39. Kristopher, 46, I believe. Yeah. He shoots the wife. Then he takes his time. He goes to each room and kills his kids. He had 4 boys and 2 girls. Took their lives. Shot them all point blank range. Sadistic, horrific, inhumane bastard. He does this, and then what does he do? He sets the house on fire. Sets the house on fire in multiple locations. The fire department, they hear about it. They hear about some smoke. They get reports of smoke in the area. They come out, they take a look around, trying to find the smoke. They can't find it. So they go back to the station house. About an hour later, they get another call about this time. Hey, man, there's really some smoke. There's seriously some smoke out here somewhere. You need to come find out about this smoke. Fire truck comes back out. Oh, that's the smoke. Now, that's a fire. They go into this house. They're fighting the fire. And in the bedrooms, they find 7 deceased. It doesn't take long for them to determine that the father shot the wife, shot the kids, then shot himself. He didn't even let the dogs and the cats out before he set the fire. Sets fire to the entire place, killing everyone and everything inside the house. That's what Kristopher did. He meant to do it. I don't want to hear this shit about, oh, he had a mental issue, he had a mental break, his car broke down, he lost his job, no one's got money to buy a Wii or Nintendo Switch. I don't want to hear it. He lost some money in the stock exchange. All the reasons that the white guys come up with. And for some reason, the rest of white America somehow condones. This is a horrific thing that happened, but it didn't just happen, did it? Now, this was done intentionally by Dad. Here's my point. Here's the hypocrisy. Of course, people reported on it. People have talked about the horrific thing that took place in Michigan. How the dad did what he did. How the dad decided to kill all his kids. Oh, I meant to mention, he not only killed his kids, he had 4 biological children. Him and Amanda adopted 2 children. So not only did he think it was up to him, he was God, and he could take out his 4 kids, he decided to take out 2 kids that he supposedly adopted to give a better life. And when he found out he could not give them a better life, he decided to take their lives. That's what Kristopher Karolkiewicz did. July 24th. So my point is this, and I want to be clear here, guys. What I'm not seeing on social media right now is what bothers me. Well, when it comes to independent media, established independent Black media in particular, because I don't respect or expect anything from white media. Yeah, I don't expect CNN or MSNBC to call out what I'm calling out. I'm not looking for ABC or CBS. What I'm saying is, I'm looking at Black independent media, particularly you, Roland Martin, particularly you, Griot, The Root, all of you commentators. And of course, I'm looking at the so-called Black conservatives, which are just, to me, sellouts who've been platformed by white America to degrade black America for money. These are employees of white supremacists. Why is it that I'm not seeing these long segments, Zoom calls, studies of how white men need to do better by their women and their children, how white men need to band together and make a unified commitment to not killing their kids and their wives, that they need to become better men, more accountable, more grounded, more Christ-like for all you conservatives and you religious folks, you Christians. See, I remember back in April 2026, when a black man by the name of Justin Fairfax horrifically took the life of his wife and himself. And that's bad enough. That's a horrific thing. No one condones it. No one's justifying it. But my point is very simple, fam. Everywhere I looked after he did that, everywhere I looked, there were black media saying, black men need to do better. Black men, we need to have a conversation. What is wrong with black men? Black men just wrong, wrong, wrong. Black men need help. Black men are the white men of black America. Black men have a spiritual problem. There's a deficit of love and empathy amongst black men. See, none of that's happening right now for white men. None of it. And I don't care how you look at this story, Justin Fairfax was wrong, but he wasn't this wrong. He didn't go take the kids out and then two other kids that he adopted, then set the house on fire when he found out he probably couldn't get away with it. See, that's how I see this. And I'm not saying these things. I'm not bringing this up to try to get white America media, mainstream media, to report on us fairly, because it won't. What I'm saying is that why won't black American media? Why won't we report on we correctly? See, that's my problem. That's the issue I have. I mean, it wasn't even just media. I remember the pastors were complaining about black men on that Sunday. Oh, it was everywhere. They need to have Bible study. We need to get back to the essence of black men. We need to redefine ourselves and recommit ourselves to loving our women, as if we don't already love our women, as if we don't already love our kids. See, there is a conspiracy, and there always has been. There's been a narrative that's been painted by white society that black men do not love their kids, that we do not care about our kids, that we don't love our women, that we don't respect our women. This is the thing that they've been saying in order to break up our families, in order to drive a wedge between us. And you know what? I get that. I knew that. That's easy. Of course they do that. But my problem is when we do it to ourselves. When we repeatedly, time after time, take the opportunity to drag black men and insult black men who never even crossed their mind to do such things, who never attempted it, who never considered it, not even once. But we got to sit through this nonsense because of our society that is depicted as a certain way. And you know it to be true. In fact, even when I report on it, I got to be clear. I got to tell you, hey, ho, I don't condone it. I don't condone I don't condone violence against women. I don't condone violence against kids. You know what? White guys will never have to say that. Because white men are not automatically grouped in by the worst or judged by the worst of those people of their group. But we are. And this is a prime example. Now this is pretty obvious. We have those conservative black media types who want to tell you that they're not sellouts. And they would like to complain and go to their white benefactors who give them money and platform them, that the black America just don't treat them right. Black America be chastising them just because they got different political views. That ain't the only reason. It's because you are full of it. Because you lie and you are hypocrites. the same black conservatives who would call out black American men and call us these names and label us whatever negative connotation in order to make their audience feel better. You know what they won't do, fam? They will not call out this white father who killed his wife and all those kids in that house. He even killed the animals. Didn't even let the animals run. All he do is open the door and let the animals run. Wouldn't even do that. Said, everybody go because I'm having a bad week. It's been a bad month. It's been a bad 6 months. So they took everybody out. And you know what? They will not comment on it. So my point is this, and it's clear, guys. Black men have a hard job of, we have to continually try to disprove, which is already some BS. We have to continually try to dodge these labels that are put upon us. I mean, even now, man, in the intro of my show, I show my wife and I show my kids, and I show our togetherness and our support for one another and our love, and I bring out my family. It's really not to get brownie points. I do it to define to the audience, I'm a family guy. And contrary to what you may think of me by looking at me because I'm melanin, we got the melanin going, there's some people that will equate that to not loving his kids, not loving his wife. And I didn't make it that way. I'm just telling you the way that it is. So I have to signal. I choose to signal to my audience that that's not the type of man I am. But you know who doesn't have to carry that burden? Or who doesn't have to prove themselves? Who don't have to dispel myths about themselves before they even open their mouths? White guys. White guys. I bet you no one thought Kristopher was even capable of doing what Kristopher did. But we all know Kristopher obviously was capable of doing what he did because he did it. And my question to you is this. Am I making too much of this? Am I going too far? Am I grasping at straws now? Or am I making a point you've also considered? Have you thought about this before? And I'm going to just close it like this. I'm just going to say, look, I'm not here to justify anything that Justin Fairfax did. What Justin Fairfax did was cowardly. It was morally bankrupt. And he's going to have to answer for that, I believe. Not in this life, obviously in the next. But Kristopher Karolkiewicz, KKK, what he did was an abomination as well. An abomination of even a higher order. And for some reason, some of those people that we know online are not going to talk about it because it's inconvenient to their brand. And that, my friends, is the story of America, and that's how America gets down. And I'm not even, like I said, I do not expect mainstream media to want to touch it because white guys who are not killers, who are not abusive to their families and their children or whatever, they don't want to hear that type of nonsense interrupting their game or their show or their day. And they would feel like, hey, why are you putting this on TV? We don't need to be told that. We're not degenerates. And all I'm saying is black men who love their families are well within their bounds to feel the same way, to feel insulted. Not because we think it's okay to hurt our women, but that is not acceptable amongst our friend groups and in our society and our communities either. You shouldn't have to say, I do not approve of abuse. You should not have to say, I do not approve of murder. It should be a given. So whether we're talking about Nolan Wells or Carmelo Anthony or Tamir Rice or Sandra Bland or Sonia Massey or Tatiana Jefferson, we're talking about humanity. Life is precious and should be treated as such. And what is it? White life isn't precious? Brandon Tatum? White life isn't precious? Hodge twins? White life isn't precious? What's the little Jewish Jew? Ben Shapiro and his Matt Walsh? What? White life isn't precious? Isn't that what you complain about, Stephen Miller? Isn't that their main thing? Yeah, it is. They're always complaining about white men not being treated right. Well, won't you go talk to some of the white men? See, they won't. See, they won't have to. Because any white man in their eyes who would do such a thing, they want to ostracize them. They don't want them put up as anything rectifying or signifying them. It's not an example of them that they want to be reminded of. And all I'm trying to tell you is, as a black man, I feel the same way about us. If you understand where I'm coming from, give me a 1 up in the comment section. If you think I'm off base, you think I'm reaching, give me a 0. I think we see eye to eye. I'm Tim Black. Stay bold, stay courageous, but most of all, stay dangerous. I see you on the next one. Peace.